In 2023, the global economic growth rate was 3%, which was lower than historical average. In this situation, who is the top one in the world economic growth last year? Right, the answer is India. India became the leader in the world economic growth with a GDP growth rate of more than 8%. So the question comes, can India replace China as a new global economic growth engine? India and China, as two big developing countries, have many similarities. Both are ancient civilizations, have large populations and wide territories. But whether India can really replace China and become the center of the global supply chain needs in-depth analysis from several perspectives. First, let's look from the perspective of population. India's population size is surely its biggest advantage, but it's also a huge challenge. The existence of a caste system divides people into different social classes, which limits social mobility and economic power to some degree. Besides, the willingness to get rich among the bottom people in India is not strong. This easygoing attitude towards life, although it brings social stability, also causes the poor to lack economic initiative. This situation makes India has a population but no dividend. Next, let's talk about the Indian system. Whether a country can succeed in labor-intensive manufacturing depends a lot on whether it adopts an export-oriented trade policy. China embedded itself in the global value chain by opening up the market. Although it took some risks, it also got rapid development. The most common example is joining the WTO back then. But India is definitely not willing to accept such risks. It's especially sensitive to the prospect that it might be controlled by others. In other words, it tries every way to promote export and limit imports. But there's no such good thing in the world. If you limit others' goods coming in, others will limit yours too. So India's manufacturing industry, especially the labor-intensive one, have always lacked large-scale export to drive it. If India wants to replace China in the global supply chain, the key lies in whether its government is willing to change the current protectionist policy and show the potential courage to embed itself in the global supply chain. Finally, I want to say about whether India can replace China. Everyone has their own answers in their heart. In such a competitive era, we are both chaser and chased, facing the pressure from the front and the back. We should pay more attention to our own development and breakthrough. Attack is always more active and more effective than defense. What do you think about it? I am William. If you care about China like me and support China's development, please leave your thoughts in the comments section. Follow me to know more about China's stories.